I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there.
One of your best streamers shows up to your event, gets assaulted on camera despite the fact you're the one supposed to guarantee their safety, and when the whole internet is waiting for your response, the best you can come up with is basically blaming the streamer on camera as the guy running the platform. I'ma be honest, Twitch CEO might need to be put on medication. TwitchCon just happened a few weeks ago. You know, the big event where streamers meet fans. And as we all know, it's supposed to be fun, chill weekend where creators and viewers connect in real life. But this year, things went left fast. And I'm pretty sure you all know what happened, but just in case you decide to disconnect from the internet, during a meet and greet, streamer Emiru got grabbed and kissed without consent by a random dude. Security stepped in. The clip went viral, and now the whole internet's asking how that even happened at Twitch's own event. Because every time I watch this clip and I see how this guy approached Emiru, it did not feel like she was a streamer at a streaming event. It felt like I was watching one random person walking up to another random person outside. The same way you could be approaching me outside, or how Jotaro approached Dio. As a third party or someone who's not involved with TwitchCon, you and me guys can't really tell if it was just a one-time incident or because they did not provide enough security for their streamers. So we were all waiting for a statement and not the one they always put on social media like, oh sorry, it just happened once and won't happen again. We wanted someone higher up at Twitch to say something. And when I saw that the CEO Dan talked about the incident, I was expecting the PR type of response, but at least I thought he was going to reassure the other streamers that they were going to do everything in their power to provide them with a safe environment. But just like you saw earlier in this video, the man them is fucking mad, bruv.
Obviously, we saw one Twitch streamer yesterday, Emiru, get assaulted by a male fan, and a lot of streamers have, especially female streamers, have talked about, you know, the danger that they feel from these sort of toxic, I guess, parasocial kind of creeps. What are you guys doing to prioritize safety? Because I know also a bunch of Twitch content creators said that they were too scared to even come to TwitchCon this year, just in case something like what happened yesterday would happen.
The safety of our creators is the top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there. Okay, it's very different. You know, when I use other short form content and people say all sorts of stuff, well, I can't stop that. But when I live stream, they basically don't bother me. Now, what happened yesterday obviously was something that we care deeply about, securing this environment. You know, we're looking very closely at everything that happened there, and I care deeply about Emmy. She's a friend of mine, and so I want to see how we can support her. This is just something we have to keep working on. I think everyone identifies our tools in terms of trust and safety as the leaders in the industry about helping creators, but that means there's always more work to be done because that's the world we live in.
What is he even talking about? He was asking you what can you do or say to reassure the other female streamers, and the only thing you have to say is, oh well, you know, when I live stream I can control my community by banning people, blah blah blah. This is not the subject, brother. It's good for you, but we do not care about that right now. The only reason you'd say that is because you're trying to shift the blame on Emiru for not controlling her community. But this is not a live stream. This is your event. You're the one supposed to be in control. That's why I thought he was going to take accountability for their mistake, because it happens. But I swear, the more he talks, the more I do not understand how this man can be a CEO, because this guy must have dementia, or Gooning must have destroyed his mind at this point. He was so off tracks that the interviewer had to repeat the question.
Emmy had posted earlier today that I guess this fan was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon. Why should streamers trust Twitch to keep them safe at TwitchCon? Because I feel like simultaneously this has been such a secure event to the point that even like journalists have had struggled. Like, you know, it is very secure, but here's this man that just walks up and is somehow able to bypass all these things. So why should they trust the platform when slip-ups or, you know, issues like this have happened?
Well, I mean, as you know, I think you toured some of what we do in terms of security. The reality is, even as you do a lot in terms of security in today's world, there are challenges that can present themselves, especially when someone is putting themselves out there. Right. And so, you know, we try to work very closely with each creator about what they want to do and what works for them. Right. So I don't want to get into any specifics or details, but part of that is working with creators and, trying to find them. Right now, we're definitely, ramping it up to make sure creators know that we have the resources there to help them figure out what's right for them.
I do agree with him. No matter how hard you try, zero risk does not exist in this world. I won't contest that. However, incidents happen. All you had to do is say, guys, we're sorry, we made a mistake, but we'll do better next time. And everyone would have been happy. When we hear you say, we do a lot in terms of security, we work with our creators to make sure we can find the best possible solutions for them, only to have a clip on the internet of a guy casually walking up to Emiru and assault her on camera. That is what you call doing the most in terms of security? My God, who are you fooling? I just don't understand how a man in his position can come up with that type of answer. And apparently, his clip was edited, which kind of alludes to the possibility of his answers being way worse. And honestly, thank God we did not hear them. And to them, that was good enough. He was already going back to his favorite activity, which is gooning. But thanks to Emiru posting her side of the story, we know that everything he was saying in the clip was just pure BS because those people did not care about her.
I've been talking to Twitch people and I'm really upset because I noticed a lot of negligence around the event and I'm not happy with the way that they're handling it now. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I asked them, what are they gonna do about this? And you know what they said initially? They said, oh, well, he's banned from the platform for 30 days. What? And then she's obviously like, hello? Like, that needs to be indefinite. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, that's like nothing to do with anything. No one gives a fuck if he's banned on Twitch or not. Like, we're talking about the convention here. So they change it to indefinite. Takes an hour for that to happen, by the way. These two people are the head of security for Amazon and the head of risk for Twitch. Also, later the same night, I'm not gonna drop names here because I wasn't there, so I didn't see it, but I had multiple people tell me that key Twitch representatives last night were out partying.
This is just unbelievable, but at the same time, it's not surprising because if you're familiar with Twitch, you know Twitch can ban you for XYZ. They do have TOS, but it's like they don't care about it. If they like you, they won't apply it to you. If they don't, you get banned. An example would be that apparently Hassan assaulted his dog on camera and nothing happened. You want to find a reason on why he did not get banned? Do whatever you want. But in this case, it should have been a permanent ban instantly on site. There shouldn't have been any 30 days or yeah, we're gonna talk about it. You have it on camera. The man assaulted someone. It's a no-brainer. And what made me laugh is the fact that Dan said Emiru is a friend of mine, but you initially did not take the necessary measures against the guy who assaulted your friend, and apparently you're out there partying instead of comforting your friend. If she's really more than an acquaintance to you, then act like it. Or is she only your friend when she wears those cosplays, Mr. Dan? If Twitch ever collapses or gets overtaken by another platform, moments like this will be part of the reason why. View-botting is a problem on Twitch. Small streamers are having a hard time growing on Twitch, and their biggest streamers are losing faith in the platform. They are extremely lucky that Kick is a mental hospital, because otherwise they would have been gone a long time ago. You are the biggest platform in the industry. You should know how to handle those events. This is not your first time. Your creators do not feel safe. It's like they're dreading the moment TwitchCon arrives.
I don't think that Twitch would have put out an official statement if that clip wasn't posted and going viral. And even after the fact that that clip was posted and going viral, as far as I know, the other people who had meet and greets today were not reached out to ask if they wanted extra security or if they even wanted to cancel their meet and greet. Like, maybe some people were, but I know for a fact Extra Emily wasn't. My personal manager made sure that she had extra security. No one reached out to her. Don't know about everyone, but I know that for a fact.
At first, I could not understand that because I'm not a streamer, but now I wouldn't be surprised if someone got in TwitchCon with a nuclear bomb and blew up the entire place because of how lax the security is. I mean, according to Emiru, the security didn't care she got assaulted. My friend who was present told me Twitch security were also behind the booth afterwards, joking about how they didn't even see what happened and immediately laughing and moving on to talking about something else. Imagine if that person had a gun. Do you think you would be laughing right now, my guy? In Twitch statement, they said that the guy was immediately caught and detained. I'm sorry, but that's a blatant lie. He was allowed to walk away from my meet and greet, and I didn't hear he was caught until hours after he attacked me. And it felt like this only happened because of my manager pressing for it, not because TwitchCon staff present thought it was a big deal. We are talking about a company nearly worth $4 billion moving like it's their first time on the job. Is it really that easy to lie on a resume to get a job nowadays? And just in case someone wants to say,
but why didn't she hire her own security?
Well, like I said, I don't understand how he was allowed to make it to me in the first place. The security in the clip who reacts is my own security. It's true my favorite and usual security guard was banned for holding a stalker's arm to bring him to police at a past TwitchCon. She did try to hire her own security guard, but just like you saw, Twitch fucking banned him. It feels like they are purposely looking for that kind of publicity around their name. Or maybe because Twitch is run by a bunch of morons. I can't find any excuse for Twitch staff at this point. We all know parasocials have become a bigger problem. We all know how desperate people are to being clipped. You should have known that hosting that kind of event would have attracted that kind of population. It's not like it didn't happen multiple times. We all remember earlier this year when Emiru, Valkyrie, and Senna got threatened live on stream. They saw it, you saw it, I saw it.
Whoa, whoa!
It's fucking fight right now.
What? Get away from
Hey, what's going on?
security! He's harassing us.
What's going on? What's going on, man? Right now. Kill you right now. Fuck off.
They should have hired the necessary security to at least reduce to the lowest level possible that risk, but they just didn't care. I really think platforms like Twitch have gotten way too comfortable. They don't take accountability anymore. They mess up, blame the users, and move on like nothing happened. I get it, it's a business, money talks, but let's not forget, we give them that power. If creators stop showing up, if viewers stop watching, these platforms crumble. Situations like this shouldn't even happen, and honestly, if streamers start skipping TwitchCon, good. Maybe that's what it takes for them to finally realize we're not just numbers on a dashboard. We're the reason they exist. So this is a tweet from Nuxtaku, big YouTuber, pretty funny, you can watch him. And in this tweet, he mostly talks about what I said, but there are a few things that I do deem important, and I'll read them to you. Last year's TwitchCon included on camera S assault, a streamer breaking her back jumping in a foam pit, and an Arab to Jew racial tier list. Since then, there have been multiple instances of female streamers getting stalked, and 1 week ago, one got deleted by a stalker in Korea. In the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination, they still did nothing to prevent someone from walking up and physically attacking a streamer. Dan, it's time for you to retire and go to Thailand and enjoy your time, because honestly, you are finished. The guy is hated online. He's been called a racist for not having Kai Cenat and IShowSpeed in his streamer Mount Rushmore. If he can't perform, kick him out. But that'll be all for today's video, guys. Honestly, let me know what you think in the comment section, because this is a huge disaster that could have been prevented if the right people were in power. But unfortunately, that's not how it works in this world. But that's why you shouldn't be gooning, guys, because it destroys your brain, your neurons. You see that episode from Meat Canyon? It wasn't just a simple episode, it was reality. So be careful.